Hello, my dear kindergartners. We have another art project, right? I'm assuming you got your model magic, right? Okay, so what we're gonna do today is we're going to use one pack only. So you're gonna have to save the other two, because next week we're gonna do something else, a different kind of, with the other package you have. Okay? All right, now, before we start our project, which I'm gonna move you to the table so you can see my hands, okay? One important thing that I wanted to talk to you about it is the word sculpture. See the word here is sculpture. Can you say sculpture? Let me hear you again. Sculpture. Very good. So sculpture is art that is 3D. So which means you can kind of walk around, you can see from all the sides. You know, when you make a painting is flat. So you put it on the wall, you cannot walk behind to see it, right? Now, a sculpture is a little different. So this is a sculpture, see? Now, there are different ways of making a sculpture. This sculpture here is called a David, okay? This was a piece of rock, and it was carved. So they use special tools to carve it. So that's a carved sculpture. Then we have wood sculpture, like this one. See, this one is a piece of wood that will put it together and create the top. It's a wood sculpture. Then we have clay sculpture. Clay sculpture is made out of clay. Okay, clay is made out of dirt. It's a special kind of dirt that we do here in the art classroom. And then we have model magic. See? This one was made with model magic. Now, this one is dry, because that's a cool thing about model magic is that after you build it, you let it dry and we can paint it, which I'm going to show you how to do it too. Okay? All right, so this is our goal for today. We're going to build one pinch pot like the one I showed you, because pinch pot is one way of building sculptures that we use it a lot in first grade, in second grade, in kindergarten. So that's why I want you to learn that, okay? Because that way, when we come back to the class, I can teach you how to make clay sculptures using pinch pot. So pinch pot is a way to do it. So what I need you to do is this. Look, see my two fingers here and my thumb? So can you pinch? Can you pinch? Pinch, 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 pinch. Pinch, 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 pinch. Yeah, it's like pinching something, okay? Like pinching something. Now, this is how we build. That's why it's called a pinch pot, okay? And what we're gonna do is we started with the ball, and you see the picture here, right? So we started with the ball, and then we started opening with our thumb. We pull the thumb on it, and we pinch it around. So I'm gonna show you on a table again, see? We pinch it around until we open up and we get to this. All right? So I wanted to show you this for you on the table. So I'm going to move you on the table. But now, before I do that, okay, make sure you practice pinching a little bit before we start. You see? My thumb, pinch, 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 pinch. So that's why we call a pinch pot. All right? Okay, so let's move to the table. Yes. Okay, so cover your table. I'm using a black paper because I want you to see the background. Okay, so cover your table either with a piece of paper or with the plastic, because if you leave it on the table, it will stick on the table and then you can ruin your model magic. To open your pack, you can pull it from here, see? Or what you can do if you cannot open from here, you can just use a scissor and cut right into the line. See? Okay? That way, the bag opens, and here you are. Right? So, take your model magic, okay? And then take a look at your model magic. All right? You see my model magic? It comes like this. See? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a third of it. See? So, if I split here in half, I'm going to take a third. So, I'm going to save it for my lid, see? So I can build a lid like this, okay? So I'm gonna save that one in here. Now, the rest of, I'm gonna put a little more, okay? Here you go, okay? Now, what I'm gonna do now, I have to make into a ball. So I squeeze it a little bit. You can get a little bit of, squeeze it so you can get a touch. Okay, and then you have to roll it. There are different ways to roll. You can use your two hands, see? One against the other like that. You can use the table. Okay, or you can just gently squeeze and change hands. See? Now, I like to use the table in my hands. Okay, now, it does not have to be a perfect ball. Okay, it can be just kind of like a ball. Alright, now, see? That's pretty good. Now, I'm going to use my thumb, and I'm going to push a little bit here with my thumb. See how I push a little bit? See, like, hello. Okay, now, see, I poked a little tiny hole in there. See this hole? Now, what I'm going to do, remember the pinching? I'm going to keep my thumb on that hole, and I'm going to go like this, look. I'm going to pinch, and my other hand moves it around. See? Pinch, 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 pinch. See? Pinch, 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 pinch. Now, if I put it up, it's going to wiggle. See how it's wiggling? So what I do is I tap a little bit against the table. See? So it stays flat. You see the bottom is flat? And then I pinch, I pinch, I pinch. So I'm going to make my pinch ball. See? I pinch. I can use my other hand pinching too. Now, be careful you don't make it too thin so it doesn't break. If you make a mistake, okay, what you can always do is start it again. Okay, I'll show it for you when I stop. Okay, now look, see? Now it's nice and flat at the bottom. See? It looks here very cool. All right. Now I'm going to save it. I think I like it like that. Okay. If I want a little more flat on the top, I can tap a little bit. See? Okay. I can make a little different if I want it. Like, if I can make it square, I can make it, like folded. It's really up to you. I'm just going to make mine rounded. See, like this. Okay. Now, I wanted to make a lid like I made for the other one, like this. See? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the rest of the Mother Magic. I'm going to take one little piece only, and I'm going to save it. See? And then I'm going to roll it again, like I did before. Remember? Roll it, or roll it. Okay? Now this time, I'm going to squeeze it like a cookie. So I'll put my hand on it, and I squeeze it. Squeeze it. See? Looks like a cookie, right? Now, I'm going to start to squeeze, and I'm going to compare. I'm going to squeeze, and I'm going to compare. Now, one thing you have to be careful is don't let your lid touch it, because the Mother Magic, when they are wet and they're not dry, they stick, and then you cannot pull it out. Okay? So I'm going to make it kind of like a paper. See? So I'm going to make it grow until I'm happy with it. Right? Okay. Getting there. Now, see? I can kind of compare and see, okay, so I think that's good. So it's about the same size. See? I like that. Now, I'm going to leave it here. With the other one, I'm going to make a little tiny wincy ball. Look, little tiny wincy ball. See that? And I'm going to just squeeze it a little bit, that ball. Okay? And I'm going to tap. See, a little bit like this. And I'm going to put it here on top of the lid. And I'm going to press until it sticks. So be careful. That's why it's important to have a paper there. See? Now I'm making my lid. You see this? How cool? Ooh. Always keep moving it so it doesn't stick. Like this, it's easier when it's thick, but when it's very thin, it sticks and it can ruin. Okay? See that? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on top of a paper, and I'm going to let it there until next day. Because you know what I can do next day? Next day, I can paint it. Okay? And that's what I'm going to show you next. Okay, so now we're going to wait for the pinch pot to dry. So don't touch it. Remember, leave them separated. If anything happens now, while it's still soft, you can rebuild it again. Okay? You can just crush it and start it again. But don't let it touch. Leave the lid and the paint pot separated, because tomorrow you can come back and look the other lesson that I'm putting together, and we're gonna paint it. All right, see you tomorrow. Or you can watch it now if you want to, but don't paint today. Don't paint while it's wet, because that will ruin the paint pot. So it has to be dry, and it takes 24 hours. So tomorrow, mañana. Goodbye. Looking forward. Bye-bye, kindergartners. See you soon.